For me, it's about the law and people. How am I supposed to quantify the value of these things when I don't have evidence?
I'm sorry.
And how people can resolve their problems and just be better for it.
Justice with passion.
I always knew I was going to go into law because I tried to see everybody's point of view in an argument. You say one thing, she says another. So who am I to believe?
Justice with truth.
Either you make the decision or I make the decision. You won't like mine.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Max Pang is suing Shelley Songster in the amount of $350. Mr. Pang claims his ex-girlfriend took him to a swingers party and says when he tried to leave, the defendant caused an accident and won't pay for the damages.
Okay, Mr. Pang, you are suing your ex-girlfriend for $350.
Yes, Your Honor.
Surprise, surprise, she damaged your car. Or you claim she damaged your car, right?
Yes.
Want to hear all about it?
Okay. Your Honor, we were invited to a party. I didn't know what the party was about.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the party, I found out it was a key party.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't up for it. I tried to grab my. I grabbed my keys.
Why don't you reverse and tell me why you decided to go to this party? How long have you two been dating?
5 years.
5 years. That's a long time. All right. And then why were you invited to this key party?
So Shelley was telling me she wanted to spice up our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that meant, the usual for me, which is, one-on-one.
So you've been dating for 5 years, and you thought you would spice what?
She wanted us to spice up our relationship.
Okay.
And I had no idea what she had in mind.
Okay.
She invited us to this party. She didn't say what it was. I found out at the end of the party.
Okay. And then what was wrong with your relationship, Miss Songster?
Well, I just felt like after 5 years together that a little bit of that spark that we'd initially had faded away. We still had a great day-to-day relationship. He takes really good care of me, but we just didn't have that same fiery, passionate energy that we had when we first started.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so what did you want to do?
Well, when I was in college, I was a little bit more exploratory. I had several open relationships. I was actually in an open relationship when Max and I met,
Mm-hmm.
and
What's
that's something
an
that
open
he knew
relationship?
about me.
What do you mean by
So
that?
basically, I would be dating someone, but we had this agreement that I could date with other people, I could sleep with other people. I wasn't being monogamous with anybody.
Okay.
And Max is actually the first person who I've ever been monogamous with.
Mm-hmm.
We made that decision together 5 years ago, but I felt like we've been together a long time. We've built a lot of trust between each other, and I thought that maybe we could start expanding our relationship and opening up our relationship to new people now that we're so comfortable with each other.
Trying to have an open relationship.
Exactly.
Do you? Is that something that you think Max wanted to do?
Well,
Have you
I
ever
talked to him
about
about it before we went to this party. I did bring up the fact that I wanted to spice up our relationship.
Well, spicing up, listen, going out to dinner, going on vacation, having a romantic dinner, spicing whatever you want to do in the bedroom, spice things up. But spice things, when you tell me I want to spice things up, it doesn't mean I want to bring somebody else into my bedroom and have another third person there. That's what you meant. That's not what he meant, apparently, right? Is that what you meant? Having a third person in there?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. I thought that was what she meant.
That, what, having a third person?
No.
Oh, just spicing it up, like I said, going out, doing different things,
Yeah.
romantic weekends, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly, Your Honor. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you didn't tell him what you were thinking of. Did you know she used to be in an open relationship? That she was not monogamous?
She mentioned it. I mean, we had some crazy times in college, so it was. I chalked it up to that, but nothing like this.
Okay. So did she ever tell you, "Hey, Max, I'm really bored of you, and I really want to having relationships with other people"?
Not in those words, no.
Okay. And how did she tell you, "I'm really bored of you, and I want to start having sex with somebody else"?
She didn't say that at all. She said we had lost our spark. We had gotten into a routine. I thought we were going to get married eventually when we saved up enough money.
Wow. Oh, you were pretty serious about her.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, I wanted the picket fence, you know.
Everything.
the
All right.
kids.
So then you have the brilliant idea to go to the key party. You invite him to the key party, and tell me what happens, Max.
So we go to this party. We have a great time, actually, as we usually do. You know, we have a few drinks, 1 or 2 drinks. And then at the
I
end,
think it was more than 1 or 2 drinks
we
that
had
you
2
had.
drinks. We had 2 or 3 drinks.
You did or she did?
I can't speak for her, but I had 2.5 beers.
Coming up on Justice for All.
And then I swerve around her, and then I crash into the side of the road, or the curb.
Wow. Pretty stupid on both of your parts, huh?
And later,
I come home, I see these pot brownies on the stove.
How did you know they're pop brownies?
I didn't. I only found out later because I had a couple bites, I went to sleep. I woke up the next morning and I had a random drug test at my work.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Max Pang, who is suing Shelley Songster for property damage.
All right, continue.
And at the end of that, at the end of the party, the girls started lining up, and I was like, you know, what's going on? And then they started taking these keys out of this bowl, and I was like, oh. And
Oh, what?
oh, so that's what this is.
What is it?
A key party? Well, it's when you go to this party and you go home with somebody else. And how they do the selection is they randomize it by picking out car keys out of a bowl. The ladies, I mean.
Okay.
So one of her friends gets my keys. I see that I'm too old for this. So I grab my keys, I run out the door, and then I get in my car. And as I'm pulling out, Shelley gets in front of the car, and I can't leave.
Your
So-
Honor, he's making this all
Let him
sound.
finish. Let him finish. So
then
she
I-
gets in front of the car.
She gets in front of the car, she puts her hands on the hood, and then I pull back, and then I swerve around her, and then I crash into the side of the road, or the curb.
Wow. Pretty
Yeah.
stupid on both of your parts, huh?
Well, when I
Genius.
came
That's
outside, the car
genius.
wasn't on.
Genius, but still, it's genius. Absolutely genius. Should be very proud of yourselves, both of you. So then what happens next, Mr. Payne?
So I swerve, and I get out of her way. Or,
You swerve and get out of her way. How do you get out of her way if she's on your hood?
she's on my hood, so I back up, and then I go around her.
Does she move towards the car?
Yeah, she's still moving towards the car, but the car's faster than her, so I get out of her way, and then the car's going really
Just imagine what could have happened. Okay, so then what else happens?
So I strike the curb. It's a very low car, and then I keep going, and then I stop like a block away. I look at the car. It's okay, I guess. It's not great, but then I go home, and that was that.
Did she come home?
She came home. Yeah, she came home later. She came home in the morning.
Oh, did you participate in the key party?
No, I did not, Your Honor. After we argued, I didn't feel comfortable going outside of our relationship without his consent, so I stayed at my friend's house and slept on her couch because I didn't have a ride home.
Consent?
All right. Okay. And so the damage to your car was $350?
Yeah. Yes, Your
And
Honor.
you said that she's responsible. How and why is she responsible?
She's responsible because I tried to get out of her way, and in doing so, I hit the curb.
Well, Mr. Pang, you had and I know you drew me a very detailed sketch that we can definitely put it up. I've already seen it, but you can put it up. But the issue is that you had so many options, Mr. Pang. So many options. instead of trying to get out of your car when you saw her standing in front of your hood, you could have, number one, just sat there and waited her to leave. Number two, you could have called an Uber. Number three, if things escalated, you could have called the police. Especially those three options were so much better than just trying to get away from her, because you could have hurt her, you could have hurt yourself. There were so many things you could have done that you did not do. And the same for you, Miss Songster. You could have done so many things differently. You could have been honest about him, of why we're going to this party. You knew this is not something that he was into, but you took him anyway. He gets mad, he goes outside, and as a genius, you decide to stand in front of the hood of the car, that maybe out of anger or even just out of mistake, instead of putting the brake on, what if you would have put the gas? I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but what if you would have put the gas pedal on? And then you come to court, and then you say she's responsible for $350 because you acted like an idiot? It makes no sense to me. You were both at fault in this, completely at fault. But you were driving, Mr. Pang, so you were controlling the car. So you control the car, and you damaged the car, so that's your responsibility. I see no other way to make this clearer to you. Shameful how you both acted. You did not act like adults, like young adults that you think you are. So, based on the evidence, I will deny your claim for $350, Mr. Pang, since you were the person driving the car and you had control of the car. And as I said before, so many options that you could have done. And if I were you, Miss Songster, I wouldn't be smiling. This is not something to be proud of at all. Good luck to you both.
All rise.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
The truth is that I still love you, and more than anything, I just wish you would take me back and we could work this out.
No comment.
Coming up on Justice for All.
So you moved out early, and then without notice to him or with notice?
Yeah, I was trying, no notice, because I was trying to make it easier for him, non-confrontational. I just couldn't stand being in an unsafe place anymore.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Dylan Chapman is suing Charles McCanns in the amount of $1,350. Mr. Chapman claims his ex-roommate accused him of drugging him, then abruptly moved out, and says the defendant owes 1 month's rent. The defendant is countersuing for $545.
Okay, good afternoon, gentlemen. Mr. Chapman, you are suing your ex-roommate for $1,350, which equals 1 month's rent. And Mr. McCanns, you are countersuing for $545, correct? All right, why don't you start, Mr. Chapman?
Well, first of all, Your Honor, I'm suing my roommate because he broke my lease 3 days prior to when the rent was due. And he's saying that I drugged him intentionally, and he's now had to go to rehab. Yeah, no.
All right, okay, so Mr. Chapman, you guys were roommates, Mr. McCanns. That is undisputable. You have a lease, is that correct? I have a copy of the lease that you both signed. So you moved out early, and then without notice to him or with notice?
Yeah, I was trying, no notice, because I was trying to make it easier for him, non-confrontational. I just couldn't stand being in an unsafe place anymore.
But, Your Honor.
But you had an obligation on the lease, so did you find a new roommate?
I talked to my landlord before I told him what I had to tell him, and
That's
so I could
great,
leave.
But you still have an obligation to a lease. Did you find a new roommate for him?
I did not, no.
Okay, your lawsuit's pretty clear. You had a contract. You were both obligated to pay rent. You were both obligated to live there for 2 years, or the term of the lease. You decided to bail out, and when you were still obligated to, and therefore he, in order to mitigate his damages, found a new roommate, but you were still responsible for the month when you left. So you have to pay him $1,350 for that month that you were out. So that's clear.
Coming up.
The only reason any of that happened is because he didn't let me know that he had laced his own brownies with any pot. I confronted him later.
But why does he have to let you know when they're his brownies?
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Dylan Chapman. who is suing Charles McCanns for breach of contract.
Now, let's talk about your case of $545.
No. I work in pharmaceutical sales.
Okay,
I love pharmaceutics,
understood.
and I take my job very seriously. I'm very straight edge. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do anything that he does.
Okay.
And I come home. I see these pot brownies on the stove.
How'd you know they're pot brownies?
I didn't. I only found out later because I had a couple bites. I went to sleep. I woke up the next morning and I had a random drug test at my work, which I knew I'd pass because I always do. And I didn't pass this time. I was told that they found THC in my system, which I know I don't smoke or drink or anything.
Okay.
I had to pay for rehab out of pocket. I had to take time off of work for and spend 30 days being monitored for this or I'd be fired. And the only reason any of that happened is because he didn't let me know that he had laced his own brownies with any pot. I confronted him later.
But why does he have to let you know when they're his brownies? I mean, he's the one baking them, so why does he have to let you know when he's baking, what
Because he
ingredients he's
tells
putting
me
in?
about everything he bakes. Oh, this is my cinnamon raisin, this. I thought he'd let me know that
they
they
are
was
his
laced.
baked goods.
Yeah, and he.
So he can do whatever type of baked good or create any type of baked good that he wants. You had the brownies and you didn't realize they had that extra ingredient, and your work, what did your work do?
No, I had them right before I went to sleep. And I went to work. I took, the standard urine test, and they told me to go see HR. I had no idea why. I went to see them, and they told me that I failed the test.
Did you explain to them what could have happened?
They didn't care. I told them that I don't smoke, I don't drink or anything. They know me that I don't.
Okay.
And they still said, regardless, I still have to go to this rehab or
Company
be fired
policies
or find
are
another
company
job.
policies. So you did the out-of-pocket thing, $545, and
Yes, all because of him.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
I've already ruled on the claim of the plaintiff. Now, as to your claim, Mr. McCanns, I'm going to deny that. Because you live with somebody that smokes pot. So that's really, you assume the risk of eating anything he has out there. So I feel bad for you that this happened, but the only person who is responsible for eating the brownies is yourself, because you decided to take something that wasn't yours. So based on that, I will deny your claim. So we're square. We'll grant the plaintiff's claim in the amount of $1,350, and we'll deny the claim, the defendant's claim, in the amount of $545. Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,350.
Well, like our Mathis always said, don't put your hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah, she's right. A lot of things could have happened. I'm just thankful nothing worse happened to me at my work or any other part of my life.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.